Yeah, yeah. All right, everybody. All right, everybody. Good morning. Let's see. Very excited. John V. I already drew the fibs that John referenced in his trendy update. Sweet, sweet. Very nice, John. Good job, man. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy day after Taco Tuesday. What an amazing day. Oh, my gosh. It was nice to get out with the fam, be able to have some tacos last night, right? Because we've been doing Thai Tuesday, which, I'll take Thai food any day, any day. Absolutely love Thai food. But anyways, so it's Wednesday. What is Wednesday? Anybody have anything for us? What should we do on Wednesdays? Wine Wednesday? Yeah, maybe. All right, so let's do a check here in Discord. Can you guys hear me? Um, Please let me know. Good morning, good morning. Anybody there? Hello. All right, cool. Thanks, Melissa. I appreciate it. All right, let's get started. Let's get started. ES futures down 21 points. Closed Disney this morning pre-market. That was a nice little grab. Like I said yesterday, just kind of trading the lows on some of these stocks. And beauty is that I don't know. Sometimes we make it look easy, and sometimes it's difficult. But man, in hindsight, and I always hate to say this, but in hindsight, buying options in Disney and CELH would have really like made my day. I stepped away yesterday and today. If you did not read the updates, please listen to me. It's a very high probability that I will not be on the mic. Matter of fact, I had to cancel my simpler presentation today at 9:30, which really bums me out because I really wanted to be in there at 9:30 because I feel like some more trades could come up during that time. But I didn't think it all the way through and have some things going on here at the house that I cannot cancel, and I just can't be here in my office. So I apologize. But I do have a laptop and I have several computers and several monitors, and I'm trying to set something up in the living room where I can work out of there. So I'll keep you guys in tune. But I know and feel very confident that Melissa will lead the way for the time that I can't be here. She does an amazing job. She did a great job yesterday. We had some good trades. It was fun, right? Is the fun over? I don't know. So I heard a little bit pieces from my guys over in Canada who were saying that one thing that Jerome had said on the mic yesterday was something about that inflation was getting better and the market ripped. The way that I look at it, and this is the same blueprint that we gave you over on Sunday, and again, I will openly admit I have been waiting for demand zones, but I'm also buying Disney on the dip. I also bought CELH. So again, I will say this and reiterate this morning, just because I want a clearance sell for my favorite stock or, whatever it may be. All right. I'm being stubborn. I want to see prices come down there. But however, it's not going to keep me from trading. Okay. That's the big difference, right? It really is. It's a big difference. So I could be stubborn and just watch the market and not react and just be like, bummer, I missed this move, or price didn't come down, or whatever the case may be, right? But the idea is that we can trade within the range, okay? And this is the range that we're looking at today, folks. The supply zone continues to work. One thing that I want you to note is we are making lower highs out of that zone. And currently, that support down there this week, and honestly, I don't think I've ever seen the mid-level work this well. Although several weeks ago we had a 30-minute zone that was just killer, meaning it worked so well. Every time I came down 30-minute zone, it was just absolutely amazing to trade out of. This mid support level has been working very, very well. We've actually had no 4-hour candles close underneath it. So remember, this is my go-to is the 4-hour for this week. And the reason why I chose the 4-hour is because I feel like it gives me a good picture. And when I expect choppiness, I just think it's a great candle to look at. I mean, you guys have to agree, like it's very easy to look at and understand where the high is, where the support is, and where the demand is. And that's why I want to concentrate on this. Okay. So same thing today. Let's concentrate on the 4-hour. Understand that we're coming back into this blue line, which happens to be support right now. Yesterday it was resistance. We blew through that resistance, and now we come back to test and see if it's support. Check this out. When I take some Fibonacci's and I measure from the pivot low into that pivot high, notice that price is right at the 38.2. That is what? The bull channel of the chaotic move. Okay, so again, 38.2, can't make this stuff up. If I were you, I'd make this your line in the sand for today, meaning like, can we stay above it or do we go below it? All right. We start to go below it, then I think that we could move down into the bottom portion here at 41.44. I gave you some major levels, and the major levels that I gave you this morning, all I'm doing is referencing the daily edges. Okay. Daily edges, folks. So notice how beautifully this was resistance. And we know that every edge on the chart, if it's above us, is resistance. And if it's below us, we're looking for it to be support. I think everybody understands that, right? So every edge that's below us is support, and every edge above us is resistance. We can see that, and I just want to point it out so everybody can see the proof of concept. Okay? These are the major levels today. So if price is hanging between those levels and not touching those levels and not there yet, for me, I'm just going to stay patient as far as ES or MES is concerned. I'm not going to do anything. All right, pretty straightforward. Now let's get over to the PMZ or pre-market zone. So the pre-market zone, it is 807 right now. This is a 30-minute chart. Let's come down into, let's go to a 5-minute, right? And you'll notice that the PMZ is not on here yet, and that's okay, but we can take note of what the numbers are. All right, I get this question sometimes. I don't really like to trade anything right before the open on futures. All right, I tend to be wrong more than I am right, and I just don't like that. But I want to show you that the PMZ high is 41.58. PMZ low is 41.5565. So I just round these, and I made this 3 points for today and not 2.5 points. Okay, so if we look at this, basically your PMZ is about right here, and then 41.55, which would be about right there, just like yesterday. The 5-minute cloud is above us. It is resistance until proven otherwise, and it is confluent with the PMZ. It may not be easy to get through this, but the market is shaking off any sort of bearishness, right? So every time we feel like, hey, this might be the move to the downside, yesterday's violent reversal was pretty crazy, it just ripped right back up. And that's kind of, what you can expect when you're going into any kind of announcements and stuff like that. But as far as today is concerned, again, PMZ is lined up with the cloud. Try to be mechanical though, throw that out the window. Who cares what I just said about anything? If we go above the PMZ, look for a long if you're okay with the risk. If we go below it, look for a short. What I want you to keep in mind, though, okay, is the bigger picture. All right, this is the bigger picture. And for me, I feel like although it may be a little chaotic, I've actually felt pretty calm. And if you're not feeling calm, that just tells me that maybe you're not looking at the bigger picture because your blood pressure and the stress they tend to rise when you're looking at smaller time frames, right? They really are. They can cause a lot of stress. Anyways, there's a lot of good stuff happening this week. We have Disney this afternoon. We had Uber, who I was bullish on. I'm not sure if I shared that with you a couple days ago. I did a chart, I think, with Simpler. Took a look at it, and I felt as if it were bullish. Matter of fact, it came right down into the level at 33 and a half, pushed up, and looking for my target up here at 39, 42, and 43. Today, if you want to trade Uber, you just simply come in here, use the PMZ if you want, but also all you need to do is measure the chaotic move, come up to the pivot high, find is 23.6. And I'm going to take it all the way down to the 618 because I would imagine people are going to take profits. And I'm just going to create a really big box. And if it dips in here, the lower it gets, the better I like it. Okay, so I'll be monitoring this. You may see me take some trade off of Uber as well. All right, but a lot of different things going on. If you're looking for a watch list today, keep it really easy. Remember, Thinkorswim has a really cool feature, and that feature is called Trade Flash. Okay, so if you don't know what to trade, but you have this beautiful process in front of you, and you have the indicators, and and maybe you don't like what Melissa and I are looking at, or you just have a better pulse on the market, and you feel like there's something better, come over here to what's called Trade Flash. Trade Flash is free. It's part of your Thinkorswim, and it gives you any kind of highlights on stocks for the day. Microsoft approaching pre-market highs, 2.1%. Cool. We know what to do there. On a gap up, measure it, look for 23 and 38%. Google, market lows. What do? You go to a high time frame. Go down and to the left, at least on I would say for this one, for a 4 hour, a daily, look for your levels. Trade off of the levels, folks. Remember, big names, typically news, I don't care what the news is, it's a opportunity to buy at a demand level. Okay? So institutions, right? They're buying on most retail fear. Google, again, on the lows. I don't know what this QUBT is. 35% makes me feel like it's like some sort of penny stock. But anyways, just go down the list. Look, ENPH, guys, plus 8.6% pre-market. Same thing, What is this? CELZ, 73%. That sounds crazy to me. So I'm not interested in stuff like that. But yeah. On gap ups, just find the 23 and the 38%, and if it's bullish overall, look to take that trade. Know what your risk is before you take that trade, and if you have success, don't forget to come over here in the journal and put that in. And even if you don't have success, please put that in the journal. I told you guys the other day, if you're willing to put your trades in the journal for the next 30 days, it doesn't have to be every day, but I need to see like a lot of consistency from you guys. And I would like that you do it in the format that Melissa does it, and Victor, and everybody else that's sharing in their text. You guys are doing an amazing job. But I'm willing to take a percentage off of your 25% actually from what you're paying. If you can do that, because I think it's really important to understand that you need a sample size. If you're coming in here and you try to trade for 3 days and you're just not listening and things aren't going your way and you give up, that just means that, maybe it takes a little bit more time, right? It really does. So Mark Douglas, one of my favorites to listen to, he talks about sample size all the time. And if you can use 30 days of data and you just trade that particular process and make sure that you're disciplined, I think things are going to really work out for you. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to learn how to be consistent. And you're going to understand what the strategy looks like in different markets. Okay. PMZ is a great strategy. All right. I feel very confident with that. You guys can see that with Melissa being up 100% this year already. And we have a lot of success here. And, I want you guys to be successful. So it's important. Please use the journal. My overall sentiment for today before I jump off, folks, is going to be just be patient. Trade the levels. I don't think it's going to change. Yes, I'm waiting for that demand zone. Timing is the variable. But in the meantime, if the market wants to push up, I won't be scared and I'll take some trades in the direction to the upside. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to me. Melissa, good morning. And I can't wait to get started with you guys. Awesome. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that. And yeah, so one thing I also didn't think of, Melissa, I'm sure you would have, right? Is because I'm a guy and I'm just like sitting here staring at the screens in my own world. But so right where they're putting the door in, there's a receptacle, right? And they need to move that, so they'll need to turn off the circuit for in here. And I'm sure that my all my computers are connected to that. Um, it's not connected to that actual socket, but I think if they need to turn it off, it's going to turn off everything in here. I would be shocked if it doesn't. Um, yeah. So that could be another reason why. And I could run my computer just with an extension cord into the living room, but it's just, yeah, I should have thought about this a little bit earlier. I don't know why I wasn't thinking it was going to be loud or something. I mean, it's literally, you guys have seen pictures of my office. It's 10 feet away where they're putting the doors in. Yeah. And he needs to chainsaw a tree. It's right outside my window. Well, not like a tree, but like a bush. So yeah, it could be a little loud. The electricity, yeah, it just needs to be turned off in here. So, uh-huh. Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, so I want to what was I thinking? Okay, somebody brought up allocation yesterday. So you said allocation, and just as a reminder, I think Victor brought it up, but I used to talk to Roberto a lot about this, and we all are guilty of this, besides probably Melissa, right? Because I mean, honestly, Melissa, you'll see because it shows her quantity on there. She's very consistent with her allocation of how much she's putting into trades. But a lot of traders, they grade their own setups, or they kind of base it off their mood, or they base it off the type of trade. There's a lot of reasons why FOMC or Jerome speaking, and so you keep changing your allocations. And one thing I've always told people is if you go back and look at all your trades and you were to change them, not take them, but actually put the same allocation in there per trade, would you have done better? And it's really interesting to see if you take the time to do your homework, go through all your trades, do an Excel spreadsheet and put down 500 bucks a trade, $1,000 a trade. And look, even when you lose and when you win, if you just would have stuck with the same allocation, would you have actually done better? Because if you have a good process where you're winning more than you're losing, you can still lose money if your allocation's all over the place. But if you tend to keep it the same, and I understand it can be hard, most times you're going to come out on top and it's going to be shocking. Okay? It was shocking for me. There are many, many times where I've had a bad week and I go back and I'm like, dude, if I would have just like traded all the same allocations, I would have made a ton of money this week. It's absolutely enlightening. And I would ask that all of you do that. If you're not doing it now, just go back, fill the numbers in as if you were trading the same allocation, and tell me. Like, seriously, do the homework and tell me, would you have done better? That's all I want to know. You don't have to give me an amount or anything, but would you have done better in the last week, this week, the week before, and so forth? Okay? We might have to grab that extension cord, that blue one. Because can I plug multiple into that? Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh my God, there's so many projects going on. My brother came over yesterday. It was so funny. He came and looked at the dock and he was just blown away. He's like, dude, this is so awesome. He's like, and he's looking at the pool and stuff, and he's like, whoa, like this pool is like insane. And he's like, it's a lot more than I thought, like, going into it. And I was like, yeah, yeah. And we were walking around, and he's like, dude, this is awesome that you're getting all this for 30,000, man. And I'm just like, what? He's like, and he wasn't joking or anything. And I said, for 30,000, what are you talking about, man? He said, didn't you say the project was going to be 30,000? I was like, Yeah, I was like, the dock itself cost 34, and he was like, "What?" Yeah, I was like, he's so out of it. We might actually have one. I'll have Ashley look a little bit later. She's taken off to do something, but we may have an old Excel spreadsheet that we used. And Austin might have one if he's listening. Um, it's yeah, it's difficult if you're, remember you and I were talking about this, Melissa. It's difficult if you keep adding in. You got to do a little bit more extensive research and figure out what your cost basis was. But for me, it's just like, okay, if you go in with 500 bucks and you made 30%, look at the math. If you went in with 500 bucks, you made 300%, do the math. If you lose 100%, do the math. And I was just thinking, so we need to yeah, I think we should just go ahead and do that really quick. Is maybe, but I can't move this setup. This is too difficult. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to move this one either though. There's just so much. Could just run an extension cord and put in some earplugs and I'll be fine. I just won't be live. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'll have the screen share, but I won't talk if they're doing whatever they're doing. So yeah, I can just type and yeah. It's just a temporary thing, guys. So for a couple days. So I think he said it would take about 2 days, 2 or 3 days. So, which is fine with me because honestly, that's what I was going to talk about too. This week is kind of crazy. Um, I still feel the same way I did last week. And also there are some names that I'm interested in just buying. So Google on this dip, I'm interested where it's going. I love AMD, Melissa. So I looked at focus trades and literally you picked the two that I was looking at. Um, oh no, not at all, literally. So I was watching the guys in Canada and they were talking about Google and they were talking about, oh, it's great, we should long this. And then I looked and I'm like, oh man, it's way down. But I think also that was before it went down. Um, and I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe a demand zone's coming up. And then AMD, I just really like. If you look at it on a weekly chart, it's broken over the cloud. We have two trendy blue bars on the week, and we're headed towards the mid, I think. But that's just my own personal opinion. All right, guys, I'm gonna be quiet for a few, and I'll be back here shortly. You can put it right there for now. That's fine. I'll just put Discord. Nice candle on AMD there. That 5 minute candle was wild. Right up into the edge. Can't believe Microsoft is up $8. Wow. Right up to the mid of the high time frame. It could fill the gap around 285. Interesting. Hmm. Yeah, my chart looked like this, and they're down a nice $7. Nice. Let me go over a higher time frame. So somewhere maybe, yeah, between 99 and 97 we'll start. I didn't start anything yet, because it went right through, but I like to see it come uh, down here. AMD just hit my next target up here at 87.39. Disney came right off the level again, folks. We bought it down at our level yesterday. That was a nice trade. What was resistance just came back and tested support. XOM, I followed you on that trade in Ash's count. Last time I checked, I need to hurry up and get into my account. It was up like 60% or something. I picked a little bit more out of the money, but what is going on? Try not to stare at Microsoft. I'm gonna get like FOMO. Mm. Is that your is that your house? Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, just want to make sure. Good morning, Mom. API account. Yeah, that's awesome. That's funny. And he lives here in Florida as well? Awesome. S- So those are 121%, Melissa. So did you get out of XOM? Okay. I'm actually gonna. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And guys, I'm long over the PMZ and I apologize. I'm not used to this setup. I'm bringing stops up. Um, and let's see. Ammo. Let's see. Gold is trying to slowly come back. Amazon is a tiered trade for me, so I'll be adding in uh, on pullbacks. It's a long-term trade. How much time did I buy? 128 days. So I'll probably I'll just add at major levels. Um, let's see. Check out the inside and down, by the way, Melissa, on Google on the 4 hour. So that's the thing, right? We're just trying to create some sort of playing field, and to me, it looks like this right here. So maybe start, I should say. Delete. Let's start here. Oh no, we're so close. That's funny. Start and I just hope they don't do what they did to ES. You know what I mean? I hope they don't like I'm sitting down here waiting and then they pop it like crazy. That was insane. Yeah. It'd make my day if Pins would or Pins not Spot would actually come back. Jesus. They literally are just trading within like a $2 range. It's really frustrating. Super tight. And yeah, the PMZ working well on futures, guys. Isn't that crazy? I think it's about time we. Oh, that reminds me. I still have Tesla. Yeah, this is actually nice because my computer's right behind me now. So now I don't have to walk 10 feet. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, they're losing value now. So they're about 680%. I think I'm actually gonna probably just leave it alone. See what happens for the remainder. Mhm. I think I think Tesla is a little bit different than some stocks. I'm gonna, you know, take a gander at saying our guess here that 200 actually makes it excited, whereas a lot of round numbers people get, it'll people will short it, but I think this might actually take off to about 215 this week. We'll see what happens. See what I mean about Tesla? It's the personality of it is so different. You know, a lot of stocks at the round number people try to short. This one's like, hold my beer. So, not trying to FOMO anybody. I'm already in it. Been in it for a long time, so just interesting to watch here. Yeah. taking weeklies, Melissa? What what strike? Sorry. Right at the money. Okay. Got it. Okay. Um, I just sent it to you. Yeah, that was crazy. Definitely a chop fest, man. Freaking nuts. Yeah. What's changed? It's really keep my fingers crossed next week, you know. It's not so choppy. It's definitely been a nice wait, basically. Hmm. Oh yeah, no doubt. UPA. UPS on the weekly, or sorry, on the daily, it moved down 3 days and then it's kind of holding a daily edge in the 9 EMA on the daily. But, I got to take into consideration what the ES is doing and, buying the dip. I don't know if it's going to pay big, but the put side is just frustrating. So, the put side. La 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 la. Yeah, yeah, no thanks. Nice, Jamar. Good job. Got two yellow bars on Google here, but the 5 minute hasn't closed out. We're still underneath the cloud. I like it, Dave. I almost added down here too, man, but I'm gonna see if we can get the edges. No, no. I took your AMD and Ash's account and trimmed. Kind of interesting. I went a couple strikes out of the money from you, but still got about the same return. What's up? 16, 17% right now. I trimmed at 20 something. Yeah, okay. So they're pretty close. 18. Do you guys have gators down there that just like cross the road and stuff or what? Do you have No, we don't have. Well, so I should take that back. So some crazy right across the way where I go to where we take the boats and the jet skis and stuff. I think it was last year Ashley and I were taking a walk and we came across this woman who looked like she was from like the show of Crocodile Dundee or something, which was random because there's no roads over there. It's just an island. And we were like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, we're looking for their so and so." They had named it, and I'm like, "What is that?" And they're like, "An alligator." And Ashley and I were like, "How big?" And she was like 6.5 foot maybe, and we're like, "Holy shit, that just ruined our day." Well, she was like, she works for, they tag them and stuff like that. But it's very, very uncommon. Yeah, very uncommon though here. And so, well, let's take it some heat here. I was taking futures up, down, sideways. It's pretty crazy right now. And then I came all the way back to break even. But I don't know what this market wants to do right now besides chop you up. Um, what I was gonna say is, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. So they just found so our Pensacola Beach, which is the one we often go to. Um, they just had a great white there that's hanging out. He's big. Yeah. And I mean, they caught a great white off the Navarre Pier, which is really crazy. I don't know if you guys know, but so Navarre Pier is the biggest pier, the longest pier into the Gulf in the state of Florida. I don't know if you know that. Pretty cool. Yeah. So they caught a great white off of there, which is really weird. Don't they like cold water? No, I guess they hang out in Aussie. You have like the iguanas and all that stuff too. You don't? Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, when we went to the Keys, we were seeing them everywhere. We are talking to somebody about them the other day. I was just like, wow, pretty insane. Jesus, man, just drop if you're gonna drop. This is crazy. I swear somebody at like a big institution bought the PMZ script. I swear. And you're probably in here listening to us. I know some people in here have big, big accounts. This is like my biggest fear though. But again, you know, supply and demand's been around since for so long. Yeah. Like people have been trading zones forever. So it's not anything new. So yeah, that UPS bouncing up a little bit, but I think it's range bound to 188, so I'm not gonna mess with it. Um, look at the in, look at the inside and up on on AMD. And I mean, I love the dip buy this morning, but man, you look at this thing on a daily, or sorry, a monthly. It's just now getting above the cloud, Melissa. It looks like it could maybe go sideways for a week, or two, maybe down a tad, but I really like this up to 103. I Yeah, on the monthly chart, it's really nice. Um, mhm, exactly. Now, a long time ago, when AMD was trying to get to 100, oh my gosh, it just faked everybody out for a long time. So in December of 21, I remember this. Everybody was pulling for 100, and it popped in December to about 98, and then it popped in January to 90, like almost 99, and then it went straight down one, two, three, like almost 4 months, and then it finally curled around and went crazy. So, mhm. We got four yellow bars here on Google. I'm almost tempted um, to try, probably for me, some equity, unless I'm buying long term. And that's the thing is I don't really want to get in options for this week. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Notice I went the. Sorry, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You mean on the? Oh, oh yeah. I love that if it gets going. It could push up into the PMZ. Let's see. Did you buy weeklies, Dave? I was really hoping to get out of these puts on pins too. They were actually positive this morning, but again, just kind of chopping around. 17th February. Okay. We have not had a close. No close underneath the PMZ on at least on micros over here. Just it keeps flushing it and not closing. So what I was gonna say earlier was the reason why I went so far out on Amazon is because I'm still waiting for that demand zone. Now I could be wrong, right? And I don't really care, but I'm trying to prep myself mentally. So if I'm right and the market pulls back, um, into the demand zone and my Amazon pulls back 25, 30% or something, I'm prepared for it. So I wanted to scale in, but it's kind of like CELH and Disney yesterday. I told myself I'll add three times, but I didn't get the opportunity. I just happened to pick the bottom and it worked out. But um, that's a disadvantage of scaling in is, you'll go smaller and then you're like, oh, damn. If I just would have taken a regular trade, would have done really, really well. So Murphy's Law, man. Mm. What do you guys, did you guys buy Microsoft at the PMZ? Did it bounce from there? I see somebody saying, go Microsoft, go. Must have, I mean, it's up almost $6. Yeah, yeah, nice little bounce play there. Sometimes I have to look at my phone to understand the math. Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure. Trimmed at 8.5. What is it? Picked up 270 calls at the bottom of the PMZ. Okay, cool. Nice job, man. Tesla 819%. Must be doing something. UPS bouncing from the edge. What else are we looking at, guys? Where are some names that we haven't been trading lately? Remember Banks. What are Banks doing today? The AC's flat, but XLF. Remember, doesn't that thing move super slow? Yeah, yeah. Oh, man, I feel like they're trying to catch me off guard. I really do, guys. I'm sorry that I have that little bit of feeling in the back of my head. So, guys, on those ads, on those rolls for Spotify, I've almost made all my money back. So, just to kind of give you an idea, I had to check my phone to make sure I was correct. Remember, I told you I have to scroll over to PL of the year and kind of see what's going on there. So, I'm almost completely flat. So, what I could do is trim out and hold some and basically be at break even on that trade. I would have to sell right now at, give me 1 second here, about 240, 250. Okay. So I don't know if anyone followed that, but that's what that was. This is a roll trade. And we might be able to get filled. Hey Safari. Let's see. I mean, just to understand, so 5 minute inside and up is I don't see one down here. Okay. As far as the TOS, there's no 5 minute. However, what you might want to be looking for on a big pullback like this is actually pay attention to you can go to a 10 minute, a 15 minute, a 30 minute might be ideal to look at. Um, mhm. That'd be a nice inside candle. If it is making a higher low though. It's a nice divergence, I'll tell you that, from right here. The 30-minute cloud is right in the PMZ, but I would love 9909 or 1 or whatever, somewhere closer to our numbers.